Today's face paint practice, I am doing a butterfly fall themed. This design was again inspired by other designs that I have found on the internet. I use sponge to lay down my colors. I use a split cake that goes from orange to yellow. I put a little bit of a lighter yellow on the sides just to break it up. You don't really want to go too far down the cheek. You just want to go just on top of the cheek when the child smiles. And now I'm deciding to just use the strong orange to just emphasize the line up and kind of give more definition. There's a large variety of face paint boards like this to choose from. Once I have my color laid, I can take a wet wipe and clean up the lines. You can also do this to a child's face. And now to get good pictures, I mark the eyes clear on my practice board. This also gives the paint a chance to dry. The paint dries slower on a practice board than a face. But to get nice lines, you need to wait for that paint layer to dry. So it's a good idea, if you're painting a child, to have a fan, either electric or handheld, to help with the drying faster. Also, while the paint is wet, this is a good time to put on your glitters. As long as paint is wet, it'll hold on to the glitter and the glitter will get kind of glued in. But I also think that adding glitter also helps the paint dry faster and gives more of a grip for once you start painting your lines, that your lines don't bleed into the base color. They stay nice and crisp. I use the tip of my brush, but also I use the side of my brush to lay down thick sections of the wing. And I follow one of the painting rules of making your lines thick to thin, or thin to thick, just to make your outline interesting. One thing I love to do is I love to do swirls. I think swirls make a design really enchanting and fun. Adding dots of different sizes, going from large to small, also add an element of energy to a design. And if I didn't say it yet before, this is a design inspired by another design that I found on the internet. I'm trying it out, and I'm trying to add my own spin to it, my own interpretation. If you press your brush down from tip to the thick part of your paint, and you repeat it at a slight angle, you can get a really beautiful, perfect heart. I'm deciding to define the wing sections just a little bit more by pulling it into the eyebrow. I'm swirling my paintbrush around in my hand, trying to decide what else I need to do. And I decide I'm gonna add some white spots, and to make them look really good, I needed a thicker border on the top of the wings. If your black is not dry, your white dots are going to quickly turn gray and muddy. So sometimes it's good not to rush this step. If your black is nice and dry, you'll have no problems keeping your white paint nice and crisp. And I just for fun, I added teardrops. That's going from large to thin on the sides of the eyes, just to add kind of an enchanting feel. And there we go, a fall butterfly. Happy Thanksgiving!